Well, company towns out here about to shoot somebody at Madison Furnace in right outside of Oak Hill, Ohio, right down more or less the road, CH&D Road, from where I was a few moments ago. Guy out here got lost, got totally turned around by some bad directions. Christ almighty, this place is just absolutely...
GPS signal lost.
Absolutely covered in bugs. Get the fuck away from me. So, anyhow, I come out this way, finally get the right directions and everything. Come out this way, and I get followed. Then I do the old classic signal one way, turn the other. They followed me on down here. I looked at the car, it was 2 adults. I thought, well, this could get bad in a hurry. So I drove down there, seeing that this was where we were going. Went on down that way to a couple parking spots and pulled over, pulled my gun out, and waited. They came up beside me, said, "Hey, you fishing here?" I said, "No." Must have had a peculiar look on my face because it's not like this place is exactly big on the tourist destinations list. And I said, "Okay." So they hung out for a second. I seen a kid in the back seat and some bait. I think, okay, well, this is actually for real. So I decided to let them live. They will never know how close they came to death. But anyway, this is Madison Furnace. So, Madison Furnace has suffered probably an even worse fate than our previous day. It's back in here, and it's probably as better maintained or whatever, but it's back out here in the middle of nowhere. You have to walk down that path full of critters that just want to get a part of your sweat. Now, I'll do a little tour of this place. It's a brick of some sort, no obvious maker on it. Now, that right there, wonder what that was. And this place was actually active. Looks like there's a path back in there. Looks like there's bugs all over the place. Okay, so there it is. And now on this side it's harder to see because it's a bit more, I don't know, kind of grown up from out here. But this right here is up into the side here of the furnace. I won't be going in because it is snake season. And here's the other side, which is as big a bigger snake trap. So, as you can see, went up in there. Who knows? Who knows on this one? I might come back out here during the winter and see what I can see, but not right now. Too much ground cover. All right, so here it is. This is the mouth and of the deal here. Uh-oh. See some immediate causes for concern. That huge piece of the top that fell in being primary. Here's some old stuff out here. Another facade brick or something like that. Now, here is where I'm going to pull out my trusty flashlight. Okay. Okay. All right, so shine this around in here, see if we can. There is some places, some stuff scratched in to the side there. Homie something. Homie the clown? Who knows? I don't know what that is. Has something to do with what's going on in here. Okay, so it's wow. It's like a lot cooler in here than it is about 3 feet outside. Must be catching the wind right or something. So this is, that right there came from up there. I would guess this place is a little smaller than Keystone, or excuse me, than Limestone Furnace. Actually, I'd say it's actually probably quite a bit smaller than Limestone Furnace. And one of the major concerns I have is that the top of it has been built out with bricks, these long brick that we're finding occasionally little bits of down here, like there, on the ground. So there's a big hole up there. I don't know if that may have been a part of the engine room at that point up there. That large obvious, I don't know how else to put it other than just here. Maybe I'll just like this. See that thing right there? Don't know. I don't know if that's a blowout or what, but that's what that is. Okay, so now see if we can. There is one of the. And I'll tell you what, man. Something shady's going on here. I don't like it at all. So I'm. This is one of the spots you apparently would probably walk into. Here's the other one on the side that I said is probably even better chance of being a snake trap than the other one. Notice all the greenery up there. Here's this. No idea what that is, other than perhaps maybe that has some kind of, I have no idea, maybe a drain of some sort, maybe. But that's where they would collect stuff somewhere else, somehow around the back of this place that I'm not going to get to right now. I'm not going to go down that path over there, or I'm not going down either path right now, because I am, as far as this place is out, I'm just not looking to try to do much of anything here. Now, as you can see there in the wall, they tried to repair it. I'd say at the time they tried to repair it. It looked like they had bricks stuffed in there, cracked stuff in there, all that good mess to try to keep it as airtight as possible. It goes all the way up there, and it looked like probably it was extended several feet above this. I'd guess probably at least 6 feet higher than it is now, all the way around, and that's what was done with those brick up there. This is a piece, I'm almost certain, from the top. That gives you an idea. Look at that. Look at that. Look, that was what was sitting up there, part of that, which is now all gone. I might try to get up there come next week. Or not next week, but next winter. But yeah, here it is. This is modern day, of course, but this is what you would see, roughly, walking out here. Where that road is now would have been the railroad track. Here is the place that this place set up in. Here it is. This is it. So, see that part over there? They just built this place up. But yeah. So, with no doubt, here, this is Madison Furnace. As far as I know, both this and Limestone Furnace, this is the only time they are on the internet like this. Now, Madison was a lot different than what happened with Limestone Furnace. Madison Furnace stuck around until about 1915. As a matter of fact, I think they say 11 p.m. was the last time that 11 p.m. and some day in 1915 was the last time this place was used. So there would be people who knew people still to this day, like young men from that time period, 15, 20 years old, whatever, would still be people that knew them to this day, still alive. Probably why it's still being maintained. Some of those guys made a good impression on some folk, I suppose. But yeah, Madison actually was quite a going little concern. It had a school, a post office, a bunch of other stuff here, and it of course, as I don't need to tell you without any surprise, that to feed this beast required a lot of people who then produced a lot of people, and therefore it was the foundation of a lot of what is now, even if it's in a different area. In this place, and almost everything about it's largely, by and large, just forgotten. So I recall, this place is the one that was built by Evans and Davis, and last charcoal fired furnace in the state of Ohio in 1916 when it went out. Long history, big history. Apparently there are several mines nearby, and as well as, you know, other things. The paths are probably still there to some degree that you could probably see. I imagine anyway, we could, but that is for another day. This is Madison Furnace in old Madison Furnace, Ohio. A Welsh company town started by a Welshman. That's all there is around here. No kill Ohio's Welshmen. You know, just Welsh. Can't throw a baseball without hitting a Welsh guy around here. So yeah, this is the settlement. This is what it is. Now, this was not the center of town. I am going to take you to the center of town here after I back the hell out of here. Maybe I'll go ahead and start doing that now, since I've showed you about everything that there is around here. We'll go back here and see if I can get stung or something. See if those weirdos in that red car, it's a man and a woman, small child in back, 4-door type of car, just in case somehow I get butchered and this Blair Witch style makes it out. But anyway, so here's what we're walking back. I'll go ahead and just walk back to the car with you, and we'll set her down there. And at that point, I will just go ahead and go on out to where the center of this town actually is. Now, up until some point relatively recently, Madison Furnace was Madison Furnace. But now, it is not Madison Furnace anymore. Probably reflecting the fact they were trying to have a forward-facing plan for the area back when there was still thought to be a possibility that could happen. Back when they thought that was a possibility that could happen. So they changed the name of this area, but it still remains Madison Furnace, Ohio, as far as what actually happened here of any consequence that anyone cares about. There's nothing else in its current incarnation. However, because of this continuity of sorts, we'll be able to go into the center part of town from here. Okay, never mind. I am so sorry to those people for ever thinking that they were out here looking for somebody by themselves to thrill, kill, and murder, molest, rape, God knows what else. Probably mostly I wouldn't like, but that is them. I'm sorry. Talked all kind of trash on you, and look, here you were, actually out here looking for a spot to fish. What a jerk am I. Well, anyway, so we'll walk back here, see what's going on. I'll show you some of the swamp in this area. Whole area is just nothing but swamp right in this area. When I come across this, come around here, you'll see, looks like a lake, not a lake, just a swamp. That's probably why there's so many bugs out here molesting me. And again, in ways that I don't consent to nor enjoy. This is a wildlife area. And they're out there fishing. Good for them, good family. God, sorry, so sorry. Hope you don't see this. I hope you do. If you know, I'm sorry. Appreciate it. Ugh. Anyway, don't even realize I got out of my pocket. Oh, there it is, a swamp. All right, so now I'm going to hopefully go to the center of this town, show you what's going on with that, and not shoot anybody in the process. What do you say? Let's do it. How Company Town's here after an embarrassing show. Probably scared.
Take the next right onto CH&D Road.
Scaring somebody so bad that they took off to make sure that I knew that they didn't mean any harm. Here is Madison Furnace from the road. Here, I have to be careful here. Out hitting all the traffic. There it is. And here, from here, we are going to go on a road trip to the actual downtown of this place, which
in a quarter mile, your destination will be on the right.
Seems to be about a quarter mile from here. So if that furnace right there, let's say that you were employed there, then down this way, I believe it's CH&D Road, pretty sure, which would mean the railroad. Right here it is.
Your destination is on the right.
This is Rempel, Ohio, formerly Madison Furnace. And I got this guy just absolutely crawling in my ass behind me. So I'm going to go back and try this again. Here. I think I saw a turnoff back there that I could exploit. I thought, oh, Jesus, this guy, pay more. Well, here we go. One of these rednecks is gonna kill me. Here, I'm gonna let this jerk just. Now, buddy, go right on ahead around me. I don't need that either. So, thank you. All right. Now, I have to reset this thing real quick. Okay, so I am back again. This is going to be I had some little girl running up my ass just a moment ago. So now here we are. I may not make it out alive here, folks. I'm not sure. I had one issue with it, and I had some little girl that was riding me to the point that I almost pulled over and asked her for her number. Like, there we go. That's it's just yeah. Anyway, down here is somewhere is the actual Madison Furnace town, the old town. Now, as I recall, there's a little pull-off spot right here, and I'm going to try to find it. For some reason, my phone is getting extremely hot. I'm sure it has to do with ghost activity or something out here. You know, something like that. I'm positive. But here we are. This is Rempel, Ohio, Madison Furnace, Ohio, here. Straight from the Rolls Royce, even, of the Discovery. So, right around in here was where the thing was. So we'll just kind of, am I still? Yes, I am. Okay.
GPS signal lost.
Great. GPS signal lost. So this down in here goes down into that little creek right there. I'd imagine that might have been where the original railroad went. It's down this way. It's approximately the right width. Would have had to have crossed through here one way or the other. This is the modern road right beside it. This is Viha or Veja or something road. Vega, depending upon who you ask. Now, what's interesting to me about this place is, and what I might end up having to take some kind of interest in, this of course being Cooper Hollow, there is a, right there appears, oh my. And right there is a swamp. Okay. So, no vehicles beyond this point. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I don't think you're going to get too many people beyond that point. See that sign right there? Okay. Wildlife area. Public hunting and fishing. Well, I wonder who in the public's out here I can hunt. But, yeah. So, that looks like a road. Looks like a road or some kind of a vehicle thing or a railroad spur back off into there. Considering that this is right where the town was supposedly back here, then that getting as close as we can here with given the limitations of just how things are with walking around here. We'll walk down this way a little bit. Doesn't appear to be anything where, well, more than likely I'd say what we're probably standing on is probably, that might be it down there too. That very, very bottom may have been, the very bottom part there may have been where the original portion of it was. Doesn't look like anything was left there, and God knows they wouldn't have got every single little thing. Not from this way. So I'm supposing that this right here, what we're standing on, is probably exactly where the railroad bridge was. Kinda / is. Alright. Nothing obvious down that way. Over here, again. See, they had a town here. They had a post office, school, church, various other things, and this would have been the main road. It's amazing how a little over 100 years in this place, they must not have, with a degree of regrowth, I'd say this place probably was just barely here to begin with. Yeah, because that's about the only thing that makes sense. And you see some big rocks here. Probably something to do with the railroad in through some of the stuff in through here. they are conspicuously much larger than there's some stuff down there too. Yeah, but I tell you, as far as where I am willing to go and know that I can go right now, there's not much to see here at the old Madison Furnace, Rempel, Ohio. But this is it. So, I imagine right here, these sounds that we are getting just from standing here when I'm not running my mouth, I imagine that that's about what this place was and has been more or less forever. Here comes a car. Which side? Which side? Do I get hit? Maybe. So, piece of cross tie or whatever. But just an echo of an echo. And with as thickly reclaimed as that place is, there's just no real possibility. There's no reason for me to come back here or anything. All this swamp has been, I mean, the nature's reclaimed it probably 10 times faster than it would most other areas. And so let's see about this. I'll just fall over the side if I have to. But yeah, appreciate that there, old fella. He looked like a scary guy. I'm glad that he moved for me. But anyway, yeah, there's no reason for me to come back out here. Swampy nature of the area and all the water and stuff like that nearby. Also by the fact that more than likely it wasn't much to begin with. You know, it just doesn't seem like I might actually, you know what? That's not true. I think what I'll do is during the summer, I'll come back out here. Not summer. During the winter, I'll come back out here and walk that path down there for a while. My guess is that's about as close to the old Rempel, what you want to call the old Madison Furnace / Rempel, you're going to get. You might see something back there too. There might be stuff back there still, because it looks like with the swamp literally right there, I can't imagine there's a whole lot of people come around here screwing around too terribly much. Certainly nobody has invested in it. As you can see, there's nothing down here, absolutely nothing. So a moment in time and forever in anonymity, we see that that's the way it is. So folks, friends and neighbors, this is Ohio Company Towns after some weird backcountry bullshit, reporting from basically just CH&D Road in modern day Oak Hill, Ohio. If you call Oak Hill, Ohio modern day. We covered both of them today, and this specifically, Madison, the company town, former company town of Madison, Ohio, from Madison Furnace, currently Rempel, Ohio, because they thought, as I pan around in a 360, all dramatic like, because the people out here thought there was going to be a future beyond the furnace. And on that note, folks, I am your narrator, and I'm out for a minute.